In women's boxing, one number was the summit. 4. Conquering 4 weight classes was the record, a peak held by legends of the sport. It was so tough, so draining that many thought it was the absolute limit. It was a wall. For years, the best fighters in the world tried, but nobody could get past it. The history books felt like they were already closed, but history is just the story so far. And one woman didn't just climb the summit, she blew right past it. This is the story of Amanda Serrano, the woman who rewrote the limits of women's boxing. This isn't just about winning belts, it's about how a hesitant kid from Puerto Rico conquered 7 divisions, becoming the fighter who holds the Guinness World Record for the most boxing world championships won in different weight classes by a female. Amanda Serrano's story doesn't start with a dream of being a champion. It started with her older sister, Cindy. After being born in Puerto Rico and growing up in Brooklyn, Amanda just watched as Cindy chased a pro boxing career. Amanda was a fan, sure, but she kept her distance. The whole bloody reality of the sport just wasn't for her. When her sister and trainer, Jordan Maldonado, finally convinced her to spar.
I had Cindy spar with her, beat her up. She went home crying, came back the next day, wanted to train again. And Cindy's like, hey man, I'm hitting the girl with everything and she's not stopping. She's gonna keep coming back.
Amanda left the gym that day, crying, feeling like she was right all along. Boxing wasn't her world, but something else happened. A little seed of stubbornness was planted. It wasn't love for the fight that brought her back. It was a refusal to be broken. She kept showing up at the gym, mostly to be with her sister and to prove she could take it. That quiet grit would end up being the foundation of her entire career. What started as just tagging along with Cindy slowly became a calling. She started to see the science and the art behind the violence. The follower was about to find her own path. She started an amateur career and won the New York Golden Gloves, a huge sign of the talent that was about to set loose. Amanda Serrano turned pro in 2009, and the wins came fast. But in women's boxing, winning is rarely enough. The real fight is usually outside the ropes. For years, Serrano was dominating opponents, but fighting a much bigger enemy, being ignored. While male champions were making millions, she was collecting world titles for paychecks that felt like a slap in the face. As little as 1.5k for a championship fight, which is barely enough to cover a training camp. This wasn't just her problem, it was how the whole system worked. Women's boxing was often treated like a sideshow, not an elite sport. Serrano was piling up belts, but wasn't getting the respect or demand that should have come with them. She'd watch male fighters get primetime TV slots and big endorsement deals, while she and other female fighters were stuck on undercards, fighting for the scraps. That experience lit a different fire in her. She realized she wasn't just meant to win titles. She was meant to fight for the value of every woman who steps into that ring. She became a loud voice for equal pay and equal recognition, using every win as a chance to demand more for her sport. Her fight was for more than belts. It was a fight for equality. While she was fighting for respect, she was making history inside the ring. Her journey through the weight classes was something the sport has never seen. Most boxers find one weight where they feel strong and they stay there. Serrano treated the divisions like a ladder. She was determined to climb. Her first major world title came in 2011. A knockout that took all of 64 seconds to win the IBF Super Featherweight belt. That was just the start. She went up to lightweight, then down to junior featherweight, grabbing titles with an incredible intensity. By 2017, she'd already won titles in 5 weight classes, putting her in truly elite company. But she kept going. She did the unthinkable. jumping up 5 weight classes to win the light welterweight title, then dropping all the way down to super flyweight. In January 2019, she knocked out her opponent in just 35 seconds to win the WBO super flyweight title, and with that, the impossible was done. Amanda Serrano was a 7-division world champion, an achievement that landed her in the Guinness World Records. She didn't just break the glass ceiling, she proved the limits everyone talked about for female athletes were never real in the first place. Her professional record, with 47 wins and 31 knockouts, shows a power and skill that's rare in any era of boxing. Even with 7 world titles, Serrano needed a stage big enough for the whole world to see her. That stage came on 30th of April 2022. Her opponent was Katie Taylor, another undefeated, undisputed champion. The venue was Madison Square Garden, and for the first time in the building's legendary history, 2 women were the main event. The fight was called the biggest women's fight of all time, and it delivered. For 10 rounds, Serrano and Taylor put on a masterclass of skill and pure guts. It was a brutal back and forth war that had the sold-out arena screaming. In the end, Serrano lost a razor-thin split decision, a result that people still argue about today. But sometimes in boxing, a loss can be a different kind of win. Even though she didn't get the victory, that fight did more for women's boxing than any single win could have. It broke viewership records and proved, without a doubt, that women could sell out arenas and deliver classic fights. Serrano and Taylor didn't just have a bout, they created a landmark moment. They showed the world that female fighters belong in the main event. Amanda Serrano might have left the ring without the win that night, but she walked away with proof that women's boxing was here to stay. That loss to Taylor didn't slow her down, it just made her hungrier. She went back to her natural featherweight division and after beating Erica Cruz in February 2023, became the first undisputed Puerto Rican champion, male or female, in the 4-belt era. A few months later, she made another powerful statement. She defended her titles against Daniela Ramos in the first unified women's title fight to be fought over 12 3-minute rounds since 2007, the exact same standard as men's championship fights. It was another bold demand for equality. Her place in the sport is now rock solid. She has a powerful, long-term partnership with Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions, ensuring she'll remain a central figure in boxing. The deal positions her as a leader who can help create the opportunities for the next generation that she had to fight so hard for herself. Amanda Serrano is more than a 7-division world champion. She's a revolutionary. She walked into a sport that kept women on the sidelines and forced it to give them the main event spotlight. Her career shows you can fight for your own glory and for your entire community at the same time. She fought for belts, for money, for respect, and for every young girl who might one day tape up her own gloves. She broke records, but more importantly, she broke the old way of thinking. She proved that a woman could be the biggest draw, a feared puncher, and one of the most accomplished champions in the game. They called the old record the summit, an impossible barrier. Amanda Serrano saw that summit and built a new one, higher than anyone ever thought possible, cementing her legacy as one of the true queens of combat. Amanda Serrano's journey is far from over. Her rivalry with Katie Taylor remains one of the most talked about in all boxing, with fans everywhere hoping to see them face off again. This isn't just about titles anymore, it's about legacy. Make sure you're following her journey and let me know in the comments what you think her impact on boxing has been. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.